Hi, this is Richard Barrett for Guitarist Magazine, welcoming you to another Blues Headlines. In this one, I've taken what I feel are some key elements of Slash's style and put them together over a backing track, of course, so we'll have a listen to that and I'll be back in a minute or two to talk you through. There are four distinct licks here, but they are played, we've stuck them together, so you'll hear it as a continuous solo. Slash's playing tends to draw from blues, rock of course, and there's even a little bit of country there with the way he'll use bends and double stops. So I've looked to incorporate that, and of course a bit of bridge pickup and a bit of neck pickup. Example 1 shows a little bit of the way that Slash would use bends and double stops. He's not a slow player, he's got chops, but he's not always in a rush to show you them. So I've gone with this approach where you'll have quite an aggressive rocky sounding track, but he'll take almost a contrasting melodic approach. And what I've done here, again, it's not exactly what I've played, but that's close enough. And you've it's shape 1, F sharp minor pentatonic, and I'm sliding down to use a little bit of shape 5. So it's a very, I feel, quite a well proportioned Slash type phrase, and it sets us up nicely for example 2. Example 2, I've gone with the neck pickup. I know that maybe Slash wouldn't switch pickups that much in his solo, but I really wanted to show some neck pickup type playing as well. So here it is. And I've gone melodic again and held bends, not too much vibrato on those bends always either. And then done a little bit more of a flurry in the way that he does sometimes when he wants to add a bit more energy. So let's have a look. We've got... And in that little moment there, I think there's something of Slash's approach. He'll do that bend and try and pitch it as precisely as possible, but then come down. And I think that's quite a Slash move. And that sets me up nicely for this kind of... So I'm playing around a shape here rather than playing a specific pattern, but there's definitely a... That's how I'm starting it. And if you think of the beat underneath it, look... That rhythm is almost as important as the notes that are played. I mean, I could play variants on that phrase all day. I mean... The idea is to take that grouping of notes and take some of the ideas that I've demonstrated, and you'll find that you're coming up with phrases like that too without too much effort, I think. Example 3, I'm back to the bridge pickup. I've gone to these higher reaches of the fretboard, and I wanted to show a little bit more of the busier side of Slash's playing, and there are certain things I think that you can do which will put you in that ballpark. So I'll paraphrase what I've played. Very much F sharp minor pentatonic. And I think that if you look at the way that Slash will play rhythmic groupings and note groupings on a phrase like this, he'll take the 2-note per string pentatonic and add a 3rd note, and the same on the B string, and even on the G, And if I just mess around with that, you can see where I'm getting these ideas from. So in essence, it's quite a simple idea, but the art, if you like, is where you decide to do it. Now I've played that and then I've gone, which is a little bit more of a Clapton style blues lick. So example 4, high register still, gone back to the neck pickup. One of the issues I sometimes find when I'm doing blues headlines is that a lot of blues, especially 12 bar, well, that's 3 groups of 4, and I like to do 4 licks. So this 4th example is what might happen if our virtual slash was to take a second round, like a bonus lick. So what I've done with this one is gone for the melodic kind of feel that I suppose we started with, but I want to showcase a couple of extra things, including a lack of vibrato really on these bends, and he will often pre-bend up a tone or semitone and then release. So I'm aware that isn't note for note, but let me talk through it again. I end up using 2nd and 4th fingers on those bends just because the second one is stronger. Nothing wrong with it. But for some reason I find it quite hard to come out of that and then go back to the... So don't feel that it has to be a finger per fret or anything. I think for this kind of playing that's a mistake, to be honest. I corrected myself there because I'd done a bend up. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel that what Slash does, and one of the real notable characteristics, it takes a little bit of confidence to bend and then hit the note, especially if you're not using a lot of vibrato. But it's perfectly possible. I mean, people manage to play the violin, don't they? That's much harder. So there you have it. There's not too much to say about tone or anything with this, but one thing I would say is not too much gain. Obviously enough to play. This isn't like a crunch sound, it is a lead sound, but less than someone like Steve Lukather or something. It's not a searing, sustaining sound, or if there is sustain, it's more due to high volume with quite a lot of mids in it. It's that kind of sustain. You can hear the definition and the pick attack. So we'll have another listen to the examples and the solo now, and I hope you enjoy them and see you next time.